All right, fuck Chad Zumock.
Fuck you. Get out of here.
Seriously.
I hope you blow up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sad Chad episode 2. Look, you really thought we were going to put this fucking content behind a paywall? You're all fools! We'll never run out of Sad Chad content. There's so much to talk about, especially only from the last week. I mean, we could sit here and watch live Chad's roast and his bombing, his absolute abomination. But we're not going to do that. Instead, look, we already have guests lined up. You thought we were fucking around? It's the same night, folks. Stevie Lew joins the show, of course. Stevie, what do you think about the first episode?
Honk, honk, all aboard. The bus driver of this show is here tonight, boys. I'm going to be steering this ship tonight, but I got a bus instead. Oh!
Wow.
Excellent job, boys. I mean, listen. Chad is the gift that keeps on giving. I know it's like the holy Jewish season right now. He's like manna, just falling from the sky. Holy shit, Chad. Thank you so much. I was so upset and depressed about my life until you entered it, buddy, and you've just made nothing but fucking great laughs and lols. So here we are.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard the Cumia episode earlier today, but I loved how he kept going back and saying, I want to be your friend. I am your friend because I don't kiss your ass. Brutal.
Yeah, about that. That's what we call a no-sell in the industry. He came on, he didn't have any jokes, and he didn't try to be funny.
He didn't make any jokes.
Yeah, that's called like a no-sell in the wrestling business, when you just go into the ring and you don't play along whatsoever. You just like intentionally be a stiff fuck. But Chad wasn't doing it on purpose. He's just a fucking moron and it isn't funny. So
right,
that's what happens.
I mean, call Chad. I mean, call Chrissie unfunny all you want, but at least she's putting out jokes on Monday. Look. Like Patrice always said, jokes come from the same fucking place. You never know if it's going to work or not. The man didn't even try. He just sat there and got washed by a man he's only barely younger than.
A quick aside as well, Chrissie gets more shit online in an hour than Chad gets in a week. Chrissie gets shit from all over the place. Her looks, her comedy, her politics, and she fucking responds, and it's usually funny. And then that's it. And she moves on. She doesn't fucking rail on it, block people, delete tweets, and so on.
I'm sure she goes to sleep fine at night. Yeah, the deleting tweets thing, let's focus on that for episode 2. What's going on with somebody that would, I just don't understand the mindset of somebody attacking Anthony Cumia, especially on Twitter. Once you text the guy and say, hey, I don't like what you're doing, but you're going to do it, you know what's going to be talked about, and then you delete the tweets. Stancil, I know we did it on SMC, but you have some of those deleted tweets still, correct?
Yeah. Oh, I have.
Let's read some of these. I mean, this is stuff that he is writing and people are seeing, and then he wakes up with his dumb, trust me, because I know, his dumb alcoholic, anxiety-riddled hangover and fucking deletes them. I know all about it. Anytime I'm hungover, anytime I'm really hungover, the last thing I do before I feel better again is check my text messages or what the fuck I tweeted. Yep. So I know exactly where this is coming from.
The bus driver can confirm that skimask is a booze bag. That's for
yes.
sure. Hong Kong.
Captain of the bus. I didn't know buses had captains, but I like it. I'll take it anyway. So you can't see because I have my virtual. Well, you kind of see it.
Just read them aloud.
But my point is, it's more. They're really nothing. But this is, I woke up to these, I guess it was Sunday morning, just notifications, and it was just responses to my stuff. Dude, I remember. One was, dude, I remember this when it was on TV. Okay. The next one was an LOL. And the next one, I assume, was to SMC post. It was, this seemed like a good episode.
Yeah, he unblocked me. He unblocked me.
You know what I did? I had to cut the rope off of my neck while I was standing on the chair after that one. That one.
I seemed like a good episode. Extra knot.
I mean, listen, the guy, he saw you guys having a good time with the
Hold on.
We always have a good time. That's why we've been doing this for 2+ years. And
hold on, guys. This is the one
that pieces of shit.
This is the one that buried me. He responded, I don't know what it was to, but it was, "This is really funny, man. Keep it coming." How did I even get to sleep that night?
I wouldn't have been able to sleep that night. Just like the night he threatened
This
me.
guy's quick.
He threatened to rate a veto. He's
All deleted, by the way. All deleted. By the way, that was the point.
Deleted
all
tweets,
deleted,
folks.
all deleted by the next morning because he was hammering.
We have
music.
them, though. We have them.
Oh,
we
I got a
have
lot.
them, and they're locked and loaded. They're in the vault.
I got
and they
texts.
will be sent to the files and kept forever. Just in case. Just in case
Just in
something
case. Listen,
changes.
a lot of this stuff can stay in the vault. You know.
Oh, I'll have a new
Things
vault.
can
I'm
go
getting a
a
new
certain
phone
way.
tomorrow. There's going to be a nice big vault. I'm getting it for this specific reason. Every
Pacific?
time this clown Pacific, I always say that's how I say it. I'm from Texas. Every time this clown does something dumb or says something dumb, it's going straight to the vault. And I'm telling you, we're going to have endless content on this Sad Chad show because look, the man has to be sad. He has to be in
Listen,
order to lash
He
out.
is. Oh, very sad. It's very sad.
I was
And
trying
listen,
to
I hope he makes a show. I would love if somebody made a show shitting about me.
It'd be funny.
This is getting him nothing but views, if anything. So he should be sending us money, if anything.
Right,
Stevie, what,
Chad,
before you
send
get
us
it,
money.
Before I think real quick, it's a good thing just to lay groundwork here of Stevie. You don't have to be a long drawn out thing, Stevie, but where you fit in. Big picture, you don't get into specifics with the Chad Zoom because you've had a lot of interaction with Chad over the years now, as it were.
Yeah, I mean, I've never met him in person. I've
Wow,
been
you
on...
both retarded in Pacific, in purpose.
We both
Clearly
have
not
day
English
jobs.
majors.
letting you guys go. Well, what I was trying to say before is that obviously he saw you guys enjoying the summer of hate, and he thinks it's now fuck you fall, right? And that shit's just not happening these days, you know.
That's pretty good. That was pretty good.
That was a bump, but it's okay.
No.
Yeah.
I'm actually
no
saying
crowd
it was
here.
good. The reason I'm not laughing, there's no one else to laugh with.
So listen, I was on MLC with Kevin and Chad before, you know, so he is one of these guys who's a fucking fake tough guy. He had nothing to say while we were on air. He played nice. He played nice, and now all of a sudden, one way or another, I guess, because Kevin's my friend, and once he had a falling out with Kevin, he's going to come out of the blue and attack me. He's going to call me a crackhead, open micer, and like I say,
That's always his go-to. He calls
no,
me that, and I'm like,
he calls
yeah,
me-
my mic's open, motherfucker.
Well, listen,
It's hot. My mic's hot.
Ski doesn't do crack. He only does,
You guys step up. I was
Uppers.
going to say, he calls me a crackhead and an open micer, and only one of those things are true. You know, so you guys can another dumb joke. But listen, the guy wants beef. He came out of the woodwork at me. He's done Patreon episodes dedicated to me. He has one out there that he spent the entire episode on me. So I guess I have that honor of just being one of the people that he just flails at, you know. So fuck this guy. I'm not one to fucking put up with that bullshit. So
Yeah, dude. It's ridiculous how you can attack people who you call your friends on Twitter and not in a funny way. That's the
Right.
most important thing. And we talked about it in episode 1, of course. It's the most important part of this. People can tell, especially comedy fans, us three, we're all three fans of comedy, and we know who to listen to. We know when someone's genuinely making a joke on Twitter. There's no way you can try to explain in the court of law that he is trying to make jokes when he's coming back at Anthony.
And Anthony made a great point on Twitter. I don't have the screenshot, but it was over the weekend when they were going back and forth, and Anthony was just put him in a body bag, obviously. And one of the responses was about, Cumia mentioned how he gets no likes or retweets with his tweets he's been sending at him. He's like, and Chad said something like, "Oh, I don't care, blah blah blah," and Anthony was like, "Chad, you're in the entertainment industry. Yeah, likes and retweets and interaction do matter. You're selling yourself. Like
they
you're an
absolutely
idiot."
matter.
And it's
And
absolutely
he blocks
right.
everybody. I
Right.
mean, don't get me wrong. I can't stand Chad, but like Stevie said, I've never met the guy. But if he hadn't have blocked me, and maybe one day I'm scrolling through and he says something funny, I'm gonna retweet it. I still retweet people who I don't like, who say something funny. I'm gonna retweet it because it's
Right.
funny, and I'm gonna send it to my friends because it's funny. How am I supposed to ever see anything that's funny if I'm blocked? The guy stinks. He's a loser, and that's exactly why this show exists, people. I'm telling you right now, this is a Stuttering John 2.0. Okay, we won't mention Stuttering John's name again going forward after episode 2 because look, this is a whole new world that we have just opened up, and it's going to be amazing. We're going to get it. We're going to dig deep because I have some people who have gotten things from Chad that I can't even talk about.
They're not very nice.
He's not a very nice guy. He's a bad boy. That's exactly what we don't like. People threatening people who love comedy. Okay?
Have you guys ever heard his stand-up? Have you ever seen him perform? Have you ever listened to any of his stuff?
I tried, but I fell asleep.
I've never. I mean, has anyone watched this?
Just the roast, which we know that one.
Right.
Just the roast.
I've seen
Just
that
the
too.
roast.
I watched that a couple times.
No, I've looked up some of his clips on YouTube, and frankly, I turned them off.
What about this dry bar special that he's so fucking proud about? That
I'm not buying that. No.
He's gonna blow up. He's gonna blow up big time. Like, okay, he says people. I got an email. Somehow, I'm also on this motherfucker's mailing list. I got the email too. I got an email saying, "Hey guys, listen. If you could spread the word about this special, there's a chance I could blow up because people blow up off of this."
I got it too.
Now, dry
He
bar.
said, "Yeah, I didn't even open the email, but that's what the email said."
Name one person, first of all.
I'll open it.
Name one person that's blown up because of dry bar. First of all, what is dry bar? That's a
dry bar. It's a dry comedy.
No cursing.
No one likes that.
No cursing. Safe comedy. Blue comedy. Like
that's brutal.
I got the email right here. You want to go through it?
Yes, please. Let's break down the email, and if they include a phone number to the dry bar people, let's give them a call.
That's the thing too. Like he's promoting this fucking non-aggressive comedy, and then he's fucking tagging the abused women hotline, trying to make that sort of joke. It's like you can't be both, Chad. You can't be fucking you can't be Gaffigan on one side and then try to be Richard Pryor on the other, man. You got to choose your lane. Are you really that confused this late in your career that you're not sure yet if you're going to be a clean comic or not, Chad? I've been in the fucking game for 6 years now, and I can tell you, okay, I'm gonna stick to dirty comedy, and I'm not gonna fucking try to get big on dry bar and then claim to be a punk rock comedian and try to be a badass, and then you sit there and fucking delete tweets and you take pot shots that aren't even funny at people who are funny.
He claims to be the roast master or the troll master or whatever it is, and then he blocks. I've never blocked a soul. I blocked Joe Exotic one time.
No, zero blocks. Let me say this before
I did unblock him.
Before I read this email, that from what I understand for the dry bar thing, talking to some people, they basically offer it if you've been around a bit, if you have any kind of, first of all, you have to want to do it, which is the big thing. Long story short, they kind of offer it to anybody who wants to do it. So it's not like a big thing. That's from what I gather from who's done it. It's kind of for other comics, it's like a kind of a workshop thing to see if they could do a clean set. It's not supposed to be like a real special,
So he's promoting it as a real special because it probably got done for free. That's what's happening. Give Dry Bar, give him a call. Read the email.
Well, I have the email here.
Yeah,
from Chad Zumock, and again, like I said in the last episode, with the disclaimer, everything we're going over is either public forum or sent directly to us or our guests. There's another disclaimer.
Absolutely.
Here it is the title of the email. Sorry for the mass email. This is one, but I rarely do this unless I have something I really want to promote. I didn't send him. I got another email from him a couple ago about joining the football pool or joining his football podcast. Didn't he just send another mass email a couple months ago?
I get
okay. So not rarely, is it?
Also, real quick, you never lead off with an apology. That's not how you open a fucking statement in your life ever, and unless you're a scam artist, okay? Unless you're trying to create some sort of fucking dissonance.
Stevie.
Okay? The first word is sorry, and he should have ended there.
That's why he's the best, folks. At Stancil Jim on Twitter.
All right. Let's do this unless I have something but I really, really want to promote. I am happy to announce my long-awaited dry bar special, Kmart Ready, will be debuting this week, Friday, October 7th at noon Eastern. In quotation.
Who releases a special at noon?
In quotation.
On a weekend.
I believe on a work day. It's a Friday at noon. By the way, no
God.
period.
I was
no
having
period,
lunch.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're gonna show it on Channel 1 in high school, right?
Channel 1.
Yeah, the NY1.
Yeah.
Eastern is in parentheses with no period after it. October 12th at noon Eastern, no period. You can get a free 7-day subscription using the promo code Chad Zumock, so you can watch it for free. By the way, this is a free plug for him, for the record. So you can watch it for free. Here's a link to sign up. I filmed this a year and a half ago in Utah, and I can honestly say I don't hate it. I can nitpick anything I do apart. Well, he's got a lot of work to do. I can nitpick anything I do apart, but I was fine with the outcome from the 2 shows I filmed that evening. With that being said, I'm reaching out to everyone asking for help getting the word out. Some comics have blown up from these dry bar specials, so I would like to at least try.
Didn't you learn anything from Kevin? Name names. Who blew up?
Yeah, and
Sad
honestly,
Chad.
I can't say that I don't hate it. I don't like. It's such.
He did say it went. He said it went sour on Kevin's show. The clip is there. We're gonna somebody find that clip of him saying he did not have a good
Somebody
set.
find it.
I'm not watching it. I'm
nobody
not
there.
buying it. It stinks. Oh, there's 14 people watching. Somebody will find it. What a trolls!
Yeah, he's always telling me that I'm a crackhead. You know what? Then crack me, okay? That's my new thing. Then, all right. If I have a little, I'm gonna
Crack
steal
me.
his.
Crack me. I get it. I
Crack
see what
me.
you did there. I like
I know,
that. Stevie,
I love
crack me, Lewis.
I love how I'm doing a show with both the KB's bodyguards.
Oh, that's right. Standing down, standing by. I'll be
Standing down, standing by, as always.
I'll be in Orlando. Hopefully, I'll see him October 27th.
I think you should. Do you think he will have
said
the
he was
balls to show up?
Yeah,
he
I'll
said
be
today again
there.
on Cumia that he was going to be there.
Come on down. I'll be there. Mead will be there. Yeah, all our Chrissie will be there. Frank will be there. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, speaking of bodyguard, I did give that guy the sword that time on.
Yeah, that was a huge
Compound.
mistake.
I was also 50-50 on that
Mistake?
decision, Stevie.
Come on, listen.
Great point by
Frank.
by Frank here. Chad, I don't want to be famous. Also, Chad, at least I want to try to blow up from dry bar.
Yes, yes.
Very true.
Frank,
He said,
Frank,
I don't
Frank
care
is
about
correct.
likes. I don't want to be famous.
I don't want.
And
He
then
said it again today on Cumia. I don't want to be famous. I'm not trying
he
to be
sends out a
famous.
mass-
That's why I'm not kissing your ass.
a mass email to people, most people that hate him about groveling to get it. Fuck off. That's a great point.
Get the
there.
fuck,
Stevie.
great point.
Yes.
What did you had? You're not here. Well, you're here because we love you. But what do you have? What do you got? Any? You got any dirt in this area?
I did say I had something for you guys that I've been kind of keeping to myself, and I guess this is the spot, right? We're fucking going in on.
This is
Chad.
the
This is
spot.
the new show. Number
got
one in the
a
business.
A
before
bit of an
somebody starts to do it.
exclusive.
All right.
I gotta say, I know you guys aren't gonna like this, but I cannot say who I heard this from. Okay?
That's okay. That's okay for this podcast. But on SMC, we expect names.
Right. Let's just say that, it was somebody that, you might know in New York, and I'm a New York comedian, and I'm like, out there once in a while. And since it's happened,
I'm going to spill the beans.
I bumped into somebody who was there. Okay. So I asked them, and I was like, anything crazy about that night? And they gave me this little.
Wait,
insight.
sorry. Slow down. Let's slow it down. Which night? What are we
The
talking
night
about?
down in Tampa at
Okay.
Bert Kreischer.
incident.
So somebody who was there in the building, apparently it was such a blow up that fucking Mancow, what's the guy's name?
Mike Calta.
Calta. We had him on the we had him on the
Friend of the
show,
show.
folks.
Thank
We had
you.
him on the
Yeah.
show. SMC.
Apparently they were so concerned about Chad being there that he was going to cause a ruckus that Calta went and got his handgun out of his car and brought it back into the venue and had his handgun there ready to defend these guys if Chad was going to potentially rush Bert Kreischer and do something stupid. That's how serious they thought that this guy had lost his fucking marbles. So that goes to show you the level of respect that these guys had for him before this thing. And anybody who wants to he's trying to act like him and Calta are buddies now. For real, Chad, and I hate to be like, for real, Chad. Yeah, Chad, they were ready to blow holes in you in Tampa. You know what I mean? So I would be careful about coming through to Orlando, talking all that shit like you've been talking, on air, because I believe Florida is a stand your ground state. You know what I mean?
It is. Absolutely.
Yeah. holy shit, that would I'd hate to see a tragedy.
Here's the thing, Stevie.
You
You just brought up a great point that made me think about something. Maybe that's why there's such an attraction to these shows that we do about somebody, because there's one thing that Stuttering John, of course, and Chad Zumock, Sad Chad Show, episode 2, have in common is they are unpredictable. Why do you think, Cal? I'm not a Calta fan in any way, but having an unpredictable man in the room would also make me go get my handgun. Just saying. I would feel better if I had my handgun on my side if Chad Zumock was in the room, because his unpredictability is out of control. And we've seen it time and time and time again, and we're going to continue to see it.
I can only see this ending one way, and somebody's going to have to go identify a body.
It's going to be a murder-suicide or a suicide. Hang yourself, but at least be funny about it.
I hope I get shot.
Make it funny.
Chad, you got no next to kin. Kevin's going to have to go identify your body. He was your last. He was your last employer. They're going to be checking his dental.
Imagine if the money went to Kevin. Imagine if that's
dude, it's funny too, because he claims cause I hate listening to his podcast just because it makes me feel great about my life.
So can I just stop you real quick? Hold that thought. But that's a great point for this as well. You listen to Chad's show, right?
I do.
Right.
I hate listening to the show.
And you very often he goes after you on that show, does he not?
Correct. Yes.
And you don't make a big tizzy about. Well, we bring it up on the interwebs, but that's the extent of it.
Yeah, so, I'm not crying about it when I turn the camera off. The mask comes off, and I go to bed.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it to Twitter. Yeah, hashtag Sad Chad, folks. He's the one who takes things to heart, and he continues to bring it onto social media. When this is a radio world. Listen, real radio doesn't exist anymore, folks. I live close to the city. I've tried to listen to the FM and the AM radio. All right? No, David, the mask does not come off. That's the brand. All right?
And this is an admiral's cap, I'll have everyone know.
Yes, he is steering the ship on this show.
The captain steers the ship.
Very
the admiral steers
very
the
good
fleet.
host. Been a very good host lately, especially
I'm the bus
sports
driver.
fans.
Just the bus driver here.
He's just driving the fucking bus. We have the bus on the back of the ship. You understand?
All right.
Right? And we're crossing over to Florida. We're on our way to Tampa right now. And, but that... That was funny.
Speaking of going to Tampa really quick, shout out to Chuck Mangione for setting that fucking...
He actually went. He went.
I know. He set his ass straight pretty fucking quick, though. Let me tell you, man. That guy changed his fucking tune.
He changed his tune fast. And let me tell you something. I know Chuck. I lived with the guy for 6 months.
Chuck's
I know him like the back of my hand. The guy was serious when he booked those tickets to go beat his ass.
So on that point, right, I may have said something maybe a couple months ago. I got a little fired up on a podcast and said I was going to beat Chad up or some shit like that, and I was really another exclusive here. I was kidding around, guys. You know what I mean? I wasn't seriously talking about going to physically assault Chad. But I will say this. I'm very protective of my friends. So if he's going to go and make weird threats against Kevin Brennan, that's not cool. And then if he's going to fucking threaten Ray DeVito physically, Ray is an actual friend of mine. So if
Ray's a good dude.
If that were to ever go down in my presence, I would have to,
that's what we talked about, Stevie. So that's what we
go aggressively after anybody, but I'm just saying, I will be around when my friends are around. And if he ever comes up to New York City and he wants to, meet people and try to get tough, I would love to see that happen.
You're going to be around. Stancil will be around, standing down, standing by. That's exactly what we talked about in the last episode. That's what created the Sad Chad show. That's what created this Sad Chad show. Sorry.
Before we move too far from,
let me say. Just remember your thought. Remember your thoughts, Stancil. Is the fact that he is coming too much at Kevin. And that's not okay with me. I know it's not okay with Stancil. Look, you don't threaten our Lord and Savior, and as much as people don't like it, that's who he is. Well, anytime he calls, picks up, we're there. That's it. End of story. So until that shit ends, this show continues. Period.
possibly past that too, because Kevin can be too nice sometimes. So we can
True.
listen. We've dealt with it ourselves. It has nothing to do with Kevin or anybody else.
But you know what I mean.
Starts with yes, of course. I know what you're saying. I was
So-
just going to say before we get too far away from Mr. Chuck Mangione, who will be an upcoming guest, of course, to share his story.
Absolutely.
Another example, I believe he still has the text about going after his family, which you never tell Chuck you're going to do.
That's-
And then after Chuck tells him he books his ticket, shows him where he's landing, tells him where he's meeting, he gets a phone call of Chad again groveling, apologizing, because he just reneges on everything. Everything he says either gets deleted or he apologizes for, rather than either stand behind it and be funny or don't fucking say it in the first
That's what
place.
he liked to do. That's what he tried to do today. Because
All day.
here's how you could tell that he was calling into Cumia today to either apologize or try to rekindle and desperately try to be funny, is that he did it within the first 10 minutes of the show. So he was waiting for the show to start because he knew he couldn't call in yesterday. He knew he couldn't call in yesterday when him and Cumia and Chrissie were on together. He knew Cumia would never pick up that. Cumia's a fucking professional.
Dude, I got another one. He was saying to Karl from, I guess, shout out to Who Are These Podcasts?
Big
right?
Carl, he'll be in Orlando.
You know?
Shout
Yeah,
out
he'll be
Carl.
on the show soon.
You know, that show reminds me of this show. I want to call this Boo Are These Podcasts, though.
No, we like it.
Yeah, I like
I'm
to
saying,
keep
no,
it.
this
I've
show-
got multiple texts today
this
about
show is
different
Boo Are
names
These-
for the show.
I was kidding. All right. So anyway, with the
We don't
he was-
joke around here.
All right.
Yeah.
Get on the bus.
There's no
folks.
jokes.
All right. Who hit the fucking stop button? No. Anyway, so fucking Who Are These Podcasts?
You did. You're the bus driver.
All right. So Chad goes, I'll never grovel or kiss Karl's ass. Meanwhile, Karl posted an email that he sent him on Sunday being like, oh man, aren't we cool still? You know, like this is all
Saw
spit,
it.
whatever. You know what I mean? So like you can't have it both ways, man. It's ain't fucking Burger King, Chad. You can't have it your way, buddy. It's gotta be one or the other. And your way is the scumbag way. So fucking ding ding, hit the bell on that one, guys.
I want to comment on
Crack me, motherfucker.
I do like this comment.
Eddie Baker in the chat said Anthony seems to like Chad. I'm not speaking for Cumia, but this is just same as all of us. Like he's just fucking around. Like if Chad messaged Ski Mask and said, "Fuck you guys, let me come on the next show." Yeah, done. Link sent. Am I right? Am I right, Ski Mask? So
You're
Cumia is the
completely
same
correct.
as all of us. This is just bullshit talking shit. And Chad loses his mind and deletes tweets and calls out people he shouldn't be calling out. And again, years and years of this at this point.
Here is my theory on the Eddie's comment here. Anthony seems to like Chad. Look, Cumia does 2 hours, 4 days a fucking week. You know how goddamn hard it is to come up with content for even 1 hour?
I think
So
they can tell if they watch this
of
shit.
course, if Chad does something dumb, Anthony's gonna spend some time on it. It's easy money because people know the name and they're gonna be laughing. People only know the name from him being ridiculous, an idiot on MLC. Thank you to Kevin Brennan. And him
God.
just trotting around being a fucking douche and bombing on fucking Kevin's special. So if I was Cumia and I'm hosting a show and I'm the most talented radio personnel ever, I would say above Howard. I would say as far as talent, not as money wise. If Cumia called into my show, Chad calls into my show. Of course I'm going to pick up that fucking phone. That's 20, 30 minutes right there that he doesn't have to worry about what he's going to talk about next because nobody's sitting next to him.
Bingo. No rebuttal.
Great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Beautiful.
Wonderful.
All right. So I got one more thing. One more thing for me.
Please.
How big is it?
Like this is the reason why Chad thinks that he has these friends in comedy, that everybody respects me. It's because he has an in Cleveland and Akron.
The one he
okay?
opens
And
up for?
That's
What's his
the
name
reason-
again?
Oh, Jim Brewer.
No, you said the inn in Cleveland.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh, they're not
yeah,
gonna like that.
So he started out. He was on the radio out there. Then he wrapped his car around a pole and then lost that. But he made enough of a wave that the people out at Funny Bone know him. So he can help people get booked at Funny Bone. So that's why people ingratiate themselves to him. Okay, now he's kind of he's recreated that. Now he's down in Tampa. He can get you in at whatever Side Splitters over at Tampa, right? I hate to say it. Like, they are nothing markets, but there is money in Cleveland and Tampa. Okay, you know,
Sure.
like I know he wants to call me an open micer, but I've been running a monthly show in Brooklyn, New York. I don't know. Do you guys know where Brooklyn, New York
heard of
is?
it.
I mean, I know
Never
it's no Cleveland, it's no Tampa. You know what I mean? I know I'm a big open micer, you know, but I'm able to pull 25, 30 people a month to come see a good stand-up show in Brooklyn, New York. You know, so I get it. You know, people will ingratiate themselves to me as well because of that. So I can see where Chad in his head thinks that he's best friends with all these guys like Godfrey and fucking Florentine.
Oh, is that the one he
And
opens up
Florentine,
for in
you know?
Cleveland, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's great. He can get him booked in Tampa. You know, it's funny. When he came back up to New York recently, he didn't do one gig in New York City. And he was trying to be like,
Yeah, he came just to see a show.
Exactly,
I gotta go to a concert. Oh,
First of all,
there's how many clubs here? How many clubs? I should you have friends by this time?
He sat in the last row of fucking Madison Square Garden.
I saw the
Rage
clips.
Against the Machine, right? Who the fuck? I mean, whatever. So listen, I'm just trying to break this shit down. I see where he thinks he gets this big head. Then he calls me a nobody. But meanwhile, man, I was working on McDougal Street for fucking 3-4 years before pandemic, and that's where I kind of made my name. So that's bullshit.
I know.
Man. Like,
I remember the first time you were on the show mentioning McDougal Street. That's how I know exactly who you're talking about when mentioning the Mike Calta thing. I know who you're talking about.
I'm not trying to make this about me. It sounds like I am. Whatever. I'm
You're
just saying.
You're not being a Chad. You're not being a Chad. You're not being a Chad.
I'm responding publicly to some shit that he said about me. He's asking the wrong people, and I've said the folks that I know, and I'm not going to sit here and name drop like Chad. But, you know what I mean? Like, listen, Chad, you have plenty of opportunities to come up to New York and come and do your shit, try to get back on stage up here. I think that the New York City stage is a little bit more important to most comedians than the fucking Tampa rooms. But maybe you think differently, and that's, you know, whatever.
No, I don't at all. But I'll say one thing to rebuttal that, and it goes along with this guy's comment. He says, "Oh, it's not worth libs and shit." Listen, New York City is the king crown of the comedy world, and the fact that he makes a trip up here and can't even go to LOL, but he makes fun of Gino because that's the only spot he performs at. Listen, I'm no fan of Gino. Everybody knows that at this point. I like the guy, but you know, his comedy. Come on. I've seen him in San Antonio. I've seen him everywhere else.
A lot of people that don't like Gino these days, but that's for
you want to
be
be playing New York City. And listen, Tampa Side Splitters has been deemed to be one of the best clubs in the country. It has. It's been proven time and time again. You can ask Chrissie. You can ask all these people. Yeah. So why wouldn't you want to be passed at these clubs up here? Because you're going to naturally draw bigger comedy crowds in a liberal run city like New York City. So thank you, Anthony, for that comment. The super chats.
Yeah.
Hold on, I've got something here. Hold on.
Okay. Let's see what we have here.
There it is. No.
This is good. This is good podcasting.
Oh, this is fantastic, Stevie. You wait till you see
There we go.
Yeah, there it is. Let me just see.
All right, fuck Chad Zumock. Fuck you, get out of here. I hope
Just making sure that.
Yeah.
Just checking something.
I do. I do have another clip, I believe, from the other day that I can send.
Clips, Jesus! What are we? Look at us! It only took 3 years.
I wanted to be a good stand-up, and thankfully, I'm respected by actual stand-ups, good stand-ups, solid stand-ups. Not like, dude, that Orlando show.
Stevie
Chrissie
just said.
Mayr, Gino, Anthony. First of all, Chrissie isn't a headliner. She's a feature at best. Gino,
Wrong.
Who knows what I like Gino, but it's he's not a good stand-up.
All right, he's right about Gino. We'll give him one. We'll give him
Gino,
one.
no
That's not a good show. That's disrespecting stand-up comedy and disrespecting a show. Kind of like I disrespected yours, Karl, when I came on and tried to troll you. So that's a bad stand-up show.
Wow.
Like how he
breaking
said
it down. He's so
tried.
jealous. He's so jealous of these comedians of the compound shows, which have been going on now for about 2 years, and they continued after Aaron Berg's departure. And I can tell you, folks, I went to the first one in Atlantic City. I went to the second and third in Atlantic City, and god damn it, are they the most fucking fun thing in the fucking world.
Yeah, and
We
he
have a
says
ball.
he says it's and he's always like, oh, it's all their dumb fans. Yeah, it's called having a fan base. The point of what you do for a living. That's what it's
Exactly.
supposed to be. You idiot. You think
It's
random
all the
people,
fans
random
sitting
people that
around
come to your shows?
having fun. Have you ever been in a van with Kevin Brennan when he says "I love cock" out the
I
window in the middle of Atlantic City? I have. I
A lot of
have.
words that night.
This guy Jacob Ryan S. Great, and also shout out to all the chatters. I see Richard Kitchen there and all the other good guys. That's true, man. That's the main reason why Chad
Hey, show him the shirt stance.
MLC, man.
I want to save it for. I don't want to interrupt Steve.
All right, yeah, cool. If I'm spoiling something,
No,
pull
no,
me
no.
out. All right, cool.
Don't spoil
Like,
anything.
that's something I will never forget, and he will never admit this. That the reason why he left MLC was because he called you a rapist, ski mask, right? And then when Kevin said, "Let's have the guy on to answer that charge," he bailed and had a hissy fit and bitched out and quit. And that's record. That's history. We can all go back and watch that. He can never try to fucking twist that. flip-flop it, you know what I mean?
on the show.
I'm gonna quit. You gonna have a ski mask on?
Yeah, that's what I was doing. Thanks for doing it over me.
No, I
You
thought
guys
we
are
were
like
doing it
a
at the same
fucking
time.
duet. Yeah. Like
Look,
a duet.
this is a new show. We're doing both the episodes the same night. Stevie, I don't know if you saw Stancil's shirt. It's only available on skimaskcollective.com. You can get them next, not this upcoming Friday, but the Friday after. That's when you're going to be able to get those shirts. But it is, he's wearing, I Think I Raped Someone shirt with the SMC logo.
That's what it was from. It was from that. It was.
Yes.
That's where it originated.
He called me a
He
rapist
accused
and-
you of rape on
He
a
accused
show
me
with
of
thousands
rape.
people. Yeah.
He accused me of rape, and then the person he accused me of raping's
But
brother
let me-
decided to go beat his ass and then back down.
And it was,
Now,
the
let me
point is-
ask you a
Hold on.
question.
Again, it wasn't in a joking way. Just wanted to get that clear.
It-
He didn't
it
say it
was
in a
never-
joking way. He literally
never in a
said
joking
like,
way.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
You can tell, Stevie, you're a comic. I've done time on stage. I try to be funny. Stancil knows funny. He listens to enough podcasts. You could tell
Enough
when someone's
podcasts.
trying
I won class
to be
clown.
funny.
I won class clown in 8th grade. I won class clown in 8th grade.
I got
was,
second place, asshole.
I was expelled.
The
for
guy who
running
got
around
first
the
place
teachers in
killed
3rd
himself.
grade.
You can tell when somebody's trying to be funny or when someone's trying to genuinely be mean. And I don't think that's okay in this world. Because, look, all of us are in the same fucking boat, including Brennan, including Levy,
We're all in this
all of us.
together.
I mean, dude, I can pick up the phone and call Levy, which is crazy. I run a podcast. I'm not out there doing time every fucking night. The fact that I can pick up my cell phone and call Bob Levy from the Howard Stern show, who's hilarious, that's insane. Will I do it? No. Will Chad do it? Of course he will. Because he's a fucking asshole, insecure loser who lives down in Tampa and will never learn the meaning of funny or friends.
Rack,
'Cause he
rack you.
stinks.
Rack,
Rack me. Rack me.
Wah,
crack
wah.
Stevie.
Next
like
stop.
All aboard! Let's just do bus puns for a half hour.
Yeah. Any more
All right,
bus
fuck
puns?
Chad Zumock.
What's that?
Anything else, Stevie, you would like to touch on the Chad episodes? Because this is going to be, I'm going to...
Yeah, I know for some reason last episode it was a big secret, but I just want to make sure that everyone knows that Gladwell Ape is Chad's fucking landlord. I just want to make sure that's on record. You know, I'm not, you know.
Again, Brennan's put that on record on MLC many times.
He has. I just thought it was funny that Stevie did it in that
I know.
fashion.
I love that. Poor Gladwell. We like Gladwell.
Anything else? You said you were coming in here with fire. You said
I
didn't.
know.
I don't know if you heard about this, Stevie. If you listened to the last SMC, but we'll touch on it because we touched on it in the first episode, of course, and then we'll wrap it up here.
Okay.
Ray DeVito got texted from Chad that Chad was gonna beat his fucking ass and beat the shit out of him next time he sees him on site. Your thoughts? I want to know your thoughts on a text like that. Because Ray told me initially to release it, but then not to release it.
Ray has like a seizure disorder. He literally has a neurological disease. So the fact that fucking Chad is trying to act like he's going to fucking punch out a guy who literally has a brain problem is one of the most psychotic, fucking undermining, evil, shit scumbag things I've ever heard in my life. And again, if he ever fucking even balls his fists up anywhere near me, I'll make sure that that just doesn't happen. And that's all I'll say about that. You know what I mean? Really quick before I go, I wanted to say you guys are awesome. Congratulations on this little venture. I think you guys are off to a great thing. I think maybe you should branch out one day and think about making another show like Fixin' Pat Dixon or something like that as well. I love this.
I think that's yours. I think that's yours.
Yeah, that might be.
That's
That
yours,
might have to
Stevie.
be your show.
Get the bus rolling on that.
Yeah, get the. We're gonna end it right there, folks. There's too many bus jokes rolling around. Stevie,
Yeah, we gotta
I
stop.
will be in the city.
We don't want to keep it rolling
11
for too much longer.
November 7th, I'll be in the city, and I'll probably be there all fucking night. Come have a drink with me at Sullivan's, and we're gonna have a good time. Stancil, enjoy your time on vacation, please. I'm gonna run S&C.
Just going to Vermont, doing some leaf peeping. Oh, it's a great time not to be on Twitter, folks. I'll be back
It is.
from my brief
Nothing
suspension
better.
that the cowards reported me for on Sunday. I don't care. It won't matter anyway. It's perfect timing, actually. Thank you. I don't have to worry about it while I'm on vacation. But I'll be back Monday night, so we'll be back to regular scheduled programming next week.
Beautiful. Nothing better than turning your phone off, Stancil.
Oh,
and
one
then
more
just
thing.
Forgetting where you put it. I'm telling
One
you
more
right
thing.
now, it's so amazing.
All right,
ahead.
fuck Chad Zumock. Fuck you, get out of here. I hope you blow up.
Karl from Who Are These Podcasts, not me. I didn't say